long time ago in ancient Persia, in the city of Shushan, there lived a vain and lazy king.
Hello. Hello.
He was very wealthy,
I am the ruler of everything from India to Africa.
but not very bright.
Wait, where is India?
The king decided to throw a party. Not a small party, but the craziest, wild, and longest party you've ever heard of.
The party lasted 6 entire months.
It was amazing.
King Ahasuerus was married to Queen Vashti.
Hi, everybody!
Vashti was a good queen. To be honest, she was a much better queen than King Ahasuerus deserved.
One day, in the middle of a 6 months long party that threw for himself, the king demanded that Vashti drop everything and entertain his friends.
I was in the middle of organizing the Shushan Women's March. Do you know how long it takes to make flyers when everything is done by hand? I give half the kingdom for a printer. Anyway, I told the king that I absolutely would not stop what I was doing to entertain his annoying friends.
Naturally, the king did not take her rejection well.
That's it. You're done as the queen. Finished. Toast. Bye, Felicia.
You can't do that!
Are you kidding? I'm the king of everything. I can do whatever I want.
And so, Vashti was kicked out. The king needed a new queen.
So he ordered all the eligible maidens from throughout his kingdom to come to Shushan Palace so he could choose his new queen.
I'm totally gonna win this. You two don't even stand a chance.
Not if I can help it. I have the most amount of followers on TikTok. That's gotta count for something.
Who cares about TikTok? I have like 1,000 friends on Facebook and on Instagram.
You really think he cares about that?
I can make a me and Babka. I just posted a picture of it on my Facebook and Instagram. Go look.
What's Babka? Is that some kind of TikTok dance?
No. All you care about is TikTok and all you care about is Instagram. Open your eyes. This is about choosing a beautiful new queen for the king.
Is he picking the queen just based on looks? That's awful.
I'd tell you to vote him out of office, but democracy hasn't been invented yet.
That's Esther and her cousin, Mordecai the Jew.
Regardless of her views on the matter of the beauty contest, Esther is arguably the most beautiful maiden in the whole land and is chosen by King Ahasuerus to be the new queen.
Hooray for Esther!
And just as Esther was about to be crowned queen, Mordecai gave her some advice.
Whatever you do, don't tell the king you're Jewish. We don't know how he feels about Jews.
But isn't that lying?
Why don't you just make sure everything goes smoothly with the king first, and then you can make Bubby's matzo ball soup for him.
Mordecai liked to hang around the palace gates so he could hear all the news from the palace.
One day, Mordecai overheard Bigtan and Teresh, two of the palace guards, plotting to overthrow the king.
Hey Teresh, I got a plan to overthrow the king.
What is it?
We go in there and throw him over something.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Mordecai tells Esther, who in turn tells the king. The guards are put on trial, found guilty, and thrown in a dungeon.
Aw, man.
Haman Squared had convinced the king to decree that everyone had to bow down to them when they walked by. But one day as they were walking through the city, they noticed one man who didn't bow.
Hey, you! Yeah, hey, you!
What?
You're supposed to be bowing down to us!
Yeah, don't you see that everyone else here is bowing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused. I thought they were looking at how ugly your face is and how funny looking you are, and they were all throwing up.
We are the prime ministers of this country! The king decreed that everyone must bow down to us, including you!
I won't bow down to any man. I'm a Jew and I only bow down to God. # sorry not sorry.
As you might imagine, Haman Squared was very upset. They immediately went to the king.
Your Majesty, we have just learned that within your kingdom is a people who do not obey your laws. They must be destroyed.
Yeah, what he said.
Hang on, I'm making a TikTok.
See? I knew he was on TikTok.
This is important.
No, for sure, important. Gotcha. Just let me know the details and let me know how it goes.
And without barely a thought or a word, the king allowed Haman Squared to craft a plot to wipe out all the Jews of Persia. With the king's authority, Haman Squared decreed that on the 13th of Adar, all the Jews would die.
When word went out that the Jews were to be destroyed in a matter of days, Mordecai immediately rushed to the palace to meet with Esther.
Queen Esther, you must save our people. Someone needs to stop Haman Squared.
You mean it's my job to clean up after your mess?
More or less.
Esther came up with a brilliant plan to trap Haman. She knew that the king, not being the brightest or most thoughtful of rulers, needed to be softened up before she could get him on her side. So she invited the king and Haman to a dinner party the following day.
That was the most delicious feast, my queen. I never heard of some of those dishes. What did you call it? Matzo ball soup? Is that Chinese food?
All I ask is that you and Haman come back tomorrow night for a second feast.
And so they parted ways for the evening with a plan to come back for the second feast the following day. Later that evening, the king was having trouble falling asleep. He had his special blankie and his favorite stuffy, Mr. Cuddles, but even Mr. Cuddles couldn't help.
I knew I shouldn't have binge-watched Squid Games right before bed.
The king called to the guard to read him a bedtime story.
What story would you like to hear, Your Highness? Would you like to hear how do dinosaurs say Happy Hanukkah again?
Nah, wrong holiday.
How about the big book of everything that happens in the kingdom?
Okay, that'll work. Let me just get comfortable first.
So the guard pulled out the big book of everything that happened in the kingdom and happened to read the part of the book that talked about Bigtan and Teresh and their plot to overthrow the king. The king learned that Mordecai the Jew was the one who turned them in and that Mordecai never received a reward for his heroism. Just then, Haman Squared walked in.
Haman, what are you doing outside my room in the middle of the night?
We were out for a midnight stroll. No, we weren't. We were spying on the king. Isn't that why we're here? Dude, come on.
Dude, you guys are like totally creepy. But anyway, I need to reward someone. I need your help. What should I do?
Well, if the reward were for me, not that I think it is, but you know, if it were, well then I recommend you put this person on the royal horse and dress me, whoever it is, in royal robes.
Oh, and have one of your senior officials lead the horse around Shushan, shouting, "This is what the king does for Haman." For someone who the king wishes due honor.
That is a great reward. Now go do it.
Yay!
For Mordecai the Jew.
Boo.
But the king had commanded him, so Haman Squared put Mordecai in royal robes, placed him on the royal horse, and led that horse around Shushan shouting, "This is what the king does for a person that the king wishes to honor." Haman Squared, as you might imagine, was very upset. The next evening, Haman Squared and King Ahasuerus went to the second feast thrown by Esther in their honors.
My queen, what a fabulous feast you have made, with a variety of dishes. What is this one called?
That's a noodle kugel?
What is that, like Indian food? Is there anything I can possibly do to thank you? Even if it's half of my kingdom, it's yours.
All I want is for you to save my people, and for us not to be destroyed.
Who would do such a thing?
Haman Squared. They plotted to kill all the Jews of Persia, and I am Jewish.
I had no idea that you were Jewish.
Oh, now the matzo ball soup thing makes a lot more sense.
Haman Squared, what have you done? You're plotting to kill the queen and her people. You are hereby fired, effective immediately. All of your money and wealth will go to the Jews, to Mordecai the Jew.
And instead of being the day of terror and sadness, the 13th of Adar became the holiday of Purim, to celebrate the brave Esther who saved all the Jews.
The end.